Okay. Show me.
Hi there guys, welcome back to the DutchRC channel. Thank you very much for tuning in for a brand new quadcopter / drone build project of mine. And if you are into multi-rotors, drones at all, I think you might be interested. See, I've used a couple of interesting components, such as this receiver. You are probably not familiar with this Rush receiver, right? Probably never heard of it. This AKK VTX is pretty interesting. I'm trying some lipos I haven't tried before, and a frame. And this frame for once isn't from Banggood. That's a first. Now it's not a first for me, but well, most of my frames do come from Banggood. This one does not. I got a brand new diatone stack over here. So let me take a small step back into the past and to the RACER 200 GT. You might be familiar with that model. I did a couple of videos about it last year, or maybe even the year before that. And the premise, the idea of that quadcopter is that it is a 5-inch quadcopter, but very light. It is maybe not as powerful as you are used to from a 5-inch model, but that gave it a long flight time, and it was agile, right? And even if you crash it, the impact is low because it's light. So with this build, I want to replicate that somehow. I do want a bit more performance, and you'll see that in the course of this project, that the components I've used are lightweight but of higher quality and well, higher specs than in that RACER 200 GT. If at any point in this series you want to know what components I've used, there are lists in the description of the video in this project. The project will span a couple of videos. I'm not completely sure how many. In this here video I'll give you an overview, and I'll try to explain why I chose the components I've chosen. And in the next video I'll do a frame review. The frame is in this box over here. And after that I'm not completely sure. You'll see. Again, the project will span a couple of videos. One of the videos will obviously be flight tests. And at the end of the series I'll evaluate this project. And maybe you want to build along. So this will be a 5-inch quadcopter, and it should be lightweight and fun to fly. A general purpose quadcopter at that as well. So yeah, maybe you want to build along, maybe you want to sit it out to see if it actually works and then build it. Either will work, of course. Alright, let's get into it. Let's take a look at the components I've chosen for this build. Alright, let's start with the frame, which is in this, well, kind of unmarked box over here. It contains a frame kit, right? So the components for a frame, unbuilt. I haven't built it yet, as you can see. I will do a separate review of this frame. And this frame is the Hyperlite Floss 3.0 from Pyroflip. Now, you might be familiar with that frame. It is a well-known frame. Maybe you are not familiar with this frame. There are a couple of reasons why I chose this Hyperlite Floss version 3 race frame. Okay, so it's a 5-inch quadcopter frame. Now, from the link in the description of this video, you can see that I didn't order it from Pyroflip. I could have, but I ordered it from a local shop in the Netherlands. And that's actually part of the reason why I chose this frame. It is available the world over. It should be available from a shop near you, at least at the time I'm shooting this video. Maybe in a year's time there'll be a new version, other version, whatever. At this point you should be able to get this frame from within your continent, more or less. Otherwise, yeah, you will have to order it from Pyroflip itself. And the second reason is, of course, that this is a light frame. Right, that's the purpose of this build. I want to end up with a light quadcopter. Also, it's a brand frame, right? And maybe Bob from Kebab FPV has told me that their Hyperlite frames might be available from Banggood in the future. At this point they are not. But well, maybe by the time you are watching this video they are available from Banggood. Which makes shipping better in some regions, right? Okay, again, I'll do a separate review video of this 5-inch Hyperlite Floss 3.0 frame. The next thing our quadcopter of course needs is a flight stack, and this is from Diatone, their Mamba series. This one will surprise you as it is the Mamba F7, yeah, F7 flight controller mini stack. So the Mamba F7 stacks are available in mini and in normal size, but this is, well, basically a stack meant for a 3-inch quadcopter. Yeah. So but however it sports a 30 amp, so 4 times 30 amp ESC, which should be more than enough for our build. More. Also it is 6S capable. Let's actually take it out of the box. Why don't we? Maybe I'll do a separate video on this stack. Yeah, I think this stack calls for a separate video as it's a brand new stack and an interesting, high quality, well designed stack. But well, as you can see, this is a very small stack. Yeah, and this is actually very nice. I'll show that again in my review of this stack. But the manual is actually printed on this glass fiber board here. And you can integrate that in the stack. Maybe you want to mount your receiver or your VTX to that board. But that way you won't lose the manual, right? All the connectors, all the connections are on this manual, if you will. Obviously the manual is also available online. But this is quite nice. You can't lose it if you integrate it into your stack. So yeah, a very small stack, a micro quadcopter stack, but again, it should be more than capable enough for our lightweight build, and it is lighter than a full 30.5 by 30.5 stack. So yeah, that's why I chose this brand new Diatone F7 stack. Very cool stack, but again, I'll do a short little review video of this stack as well. Our quadcopter will fly a lot better with some motors as well. I've bought 5 motors. I always order a spare motor. And these are Emax motors and they are the RS2 2207. I built most of my quadcopters with 2207 motors, and it's a 1600 kV motor. Now, if you hadn't figured that already, this is going to be a 6S build. However, it'll also fly on 4S, mostly because it's a light quadcopter. So these Emax motors are actually the lightest 2207 motors from a brand, so a reputable brand that I could find. So these are the only 2207 motors I could find that were below 30 grams. We are building a light quadcopter, right, and especially weight at the end of the arms I want to get rid of as much as possible. So I've also built a couple of quadcopters with Emax motors before, and well, that worked out. They were also on offer when I ordered them. I think at this point in time they are not on offer, but well, check it out. Maybe they are on offer if you check them out. Now, I told you I had some interesting components in this build, right? And here's another one. This is a receiver from Rush. Now, Rush? What? Rush you might know from their VTXs or their video transmitters. They have a very good reputation in the video transmitter land. I will actually be building another quadcopter with one of their VTXs in the near future. However, over here we have a very small receiver. This is an FR Sky D16 receiver. Should be full range, 2 antenna. I haven't used them before. Oh, also telemetry. And again, they have a very good reputation in RF, so I have high hopes for this receiver. Maybe I'll do a separate review of these receivers, but well, in this build I'll just gonna check them out, see if they actually work at all. And there is a link to this receiver in the description of this video, as goes for all the components. And you might notice that the listing at Banggood doesn't say rush or crossover. I'm not sure what happened there. Banggood looks to just have messed up that listing. I checked with Rush, and the link I have in the description of this video actually leads you to this receiver. I think the Banggood page does mention XR602T. I think so, but well, I'll check it again, but well, be sure to know that if you order that receiver, you will end up with this Rush receiver. Next up is our FPV system. Now, you know this antenna. It is actually the newest version of the Lollipop. It's a stubby antenna, as you can see. I have a lot of Foxeer Lollipop antennas, and you are probably familiar with them. They work. Yeah, so I'll be using this this antenna on this build. Then we have a Runcam FPV camera and an AKK VTX. And the AKK VTX is a 20 by 20 VTX, right? So it'll fit right into our stack. And this Runcam camera is the brand new 1000 TVL Phoenix camera, Oscar Liang edition. I'm not even sure if all of these Phoenix cameras are Oscar Liang editions. It's a Runcam Phoenix, and I will be doing a separate review of this camera as well. So I haven't used it before. It is a higher resolution camera than all other Runcam cameras, I think, 1000 TVL, and it's not super expensive. So yeah, I was eager to check that out. Now this AKK Tech VTX actually deserves some closer inspection. Again, it is a 20 by 20 VTX, pretty small. It obviously has a smart audio, and I think it runs up to 600 milliwatts, I'm not even sure. I never really fly above 200 milliwatts, so more than enough. And it has an MMCX connector over here, as you can see. Right, so that's nice. However, it also sports a UFL connector over here. Might be hard to see. Tiny connector over here, but if you don't like these connectors, if you want to run an antenna with a small little UFL connector, this VTX leaves you the choice between the two. Obviously you wouldn't use both of them at the same time, right? I hope you didn't have that idea, but yeah, I think this is nice and flexible. So cool stuff. It also sports a microphone, which is nice. Alright, the last two items. You probably know these propellers, the T-motor propellers, very well known propellers, especially for light builds and freestyle builds. These are the ultralight propellers, 5143, and yeah, they are nice and light, and they create a light amp load for your quadcopter, which is what I want. I want to be able to get away with as small a LiPo as I possibly can. Speaking of, I've got two types of LiPos over here. The China Hobby line 1000 mAh 100C 6S obviously, and the R lines from Tattoo, and these are the 1050 mAh 95C LiPos. And these R lines are a little lighter, and I do hope that Tattoo releases a 950 mAh 6S version 3, which should be even lighter. Maybe I can get away with an 850 mAh 6S. We'll see. For now, I think these are reasonably light LiPos, and I'll test the setup with these two first. And that is basically it. I don't want to waste more of your time. I am interested to see what you think of this project, so do leave a comment in the comment section below what you think of this project. Would you have changed things? Are you going to be building along? I'd like that, to have your feedback on things. And obviously the next videos in this series will be online soon. For now, I want to thank you for watching. Catch you on the next video. Bye bye.